They accused my backyard well of poisoning the neighborhood pond, so I made sure the truth poisoned their authority instead. The notice came taped to my front door, stamped in red. Emergency violation, water contamination. The HOA claimed my well runoff was leaching chemicals into the community pond. I read it twice, then again feeling heat rise in my neck. My water line had been shut off. They threatened thousands in fines unless I fixed the pollution immediately. I tested that well every month. It was cleaner than the bottled stuff they sold at the store. I walked out back, the grass still damp from sprinklers that no longer worked. Downhill, the pond shimmered in the afternoon sun. But as I got closer, an acrid smell hit me. The water had a slick rainbow sheen, and dead fish floated at the edges, their bellies silver in the light. That wasn't from my well. When I called the HOA president, he didn't even let me speak. "Your runoff failed inspection," he snapped. "You'll pay for cleanup or we'll take legal action." Then he hung up. I stood there staring at the silent phone, the sound of cicadas buzzing like static in my ears. If they wanted to accuse me of science, they'd get science. I called Dr. Halper, a retired environmental chemist who lived a few towns over and still did consulting work. He showed up the next morning with steel sample jars and a calm, measured way of speaking that made me feel like something real was about to happen. We collected water from my well, the pond, the storm drains, even the grass near the HOA's common area. He labeled every sample by time and location. 3 days later, he called me. "It's not your well," he said flatly. "It's herbicide runoff, commercial grade, the same brand they use for landscaping." He showed me the results in person, the graphs, the molecular fingerprints. The chemical signatures matched the HOA's own maintenance logs. Their crew had sprayed too heavily along the drainage ditches, and the next rainstorm carried it all downhill into the pond. I asked him to write an official report, and he did, complete with maps, timestamps, and decay curves proving the contamination came from their so-called beautification project. I filed it with the county and the state environmental bureau. By the end of the week, unmarked trucks rolled in with inspectors wearing badges and gloves. They drained part of the pond, cordoned off the common area, and questioned the landscapers. The HOA president tried to bluster through it, shouting at the inspectors about false evidence, but the data didn't care about pride. The state levied fines so heavy they had to suspend operations, hire cleanup crews, and pay for fish restocking and soil remediation. Several board members resigned in shame. A month later, my water line was turned back on, my record cleared, and the HOA was forced to fund new drainage systems to prevent future runoff. When I passed the pond that evening, the water was calm again, reflecting the sunset like a clean mirror. I consider revenge taken.